after the witch Ciri had quarreled with, Geralt ran into an old friend, Kira Metz. The sorceress told the Witcher about a masked mage. Ciri had seemed to take shelter in his hideout. The Witcher set off to find it, with Kira in tow. Ciri had never reached the elven mage, yet the wild hunt had. The ghostly retinue was one step ahead of Geralt, or so it seemed. The Witcher felt that all was lost, until Kira gave him a new lead. The Crones of Crookback Bog.
Hello everyone, Richard back. Is it a little loud? Feels a little loud. So I'm back. I've had my computer, it was getting fixed. Okay. But my computer is getting repaired, and it's back. There was something wrong with the device drivers. So I can do more Witcher 3. And I think I need to talk to him.
He's had it lovely on your wall, stranger. You brave enough to try some fisticuffs?
Yes.
Look to me like a fierce-fisted fighter, just right for our tournament. It's your chance to slap around some yokels, win some coin for the pleasure. You in?
Yes.
I'm ready to fight.
One and all, hear this. Betting on the next brawl will begin in mere moments.
The Witcher will face Smithy. He'll pound his gob like he pounds hot iron ingots.
Hello. Not a great space. Come on. So the trick with fist fighting is to let them attack you and then dodge and then attack them after that. There's very little nuance to it, except I think there's a few people that are trickier than that. But for the most part, it's the same process.
Not bad. Might be champion yet. If it's the reigning champion you seek, head to Crow's Perch and ask for the sergeant.
Okay.
Could use some hair of the hound.
What if someone took him? He's holding him captive in some musty...
Oh, I must have missed that. Huh.
man's just as much a noble as that baron.
Huh. Yeah, they don't like the Baron very much. They steal from the villagers. Yeah, that's funny. Anyway, there's a quest I need to do before going into the Novigrad region. I think it's over here.
You got food from the baron's men. You from here? Just...
Oh, they're talking about prostitution. How in the hell did I miss that? She's like, you know, to deal with the Baron's men, you just gotta, you know. And she's like, well, how much do they give you? Welcome to the real world, where women trying to survive a bunch of brutal men become prostitutes. It's not all puppies and rainbows in the Witcher world. Somewhere over here, I must have missed it on my way out of Mulberrydale. There's a quest. Right here. Damn, I must have just totally missed it.
Step away. Captain's praying. Can't you see?
Do not cast him out, Broderick. All may draw from the well of the eternal fire's grave. Approach, Richard.
What do you want?
Rejoice, for even a creature as depraved and base in nature as you can serve the glory of the eternal fire. Someone must see to the corpses on the battlefield. Necrophages defile those not already rotting in mass graves. This is not right.
That's to be my good deed for the day?
A handsomely profitable one, I might add. I know your kind don't work for free.
All right, I'll take care of it.
This will count amongst your merits. The more good one works in life, the more hallowed things are. Yes, splendid. Here are the holy oils. Dash generously and set alight, understood? I wish it to flare up to the sky, for the glory of the eternal fire and all that.
Once I've incinerated the bodies, where'll I find you?
I shall be near the bridge to Novigrad.
Okay, funeral pyres. In No Man's Land, Geralt was given a contract by an Eternal Fire priest, his task to burn the bodies of soldiers who had fallen during the recent battle in order to keep necrophages from eating them. Whoops, I wanted to track that. And the reason I'm doing it now is because if I go up one more level, I don't get full experience for the quest. Which is why I'm doing the game in a weird way. So I did the main quest for a long time. But now I want to get all the quests so I know which ones to do.
Stinks like a mass grave.
Yep.
Now for the holy oils. Hope they burn well.
Wow, that was fast. So yeah, rot fiends can be used to clean up faster.
Now for a shot of Igni.
Yay! Next. So there's obviously corpses everywhere. I think I've already looted that, yep. I like how I'm just used to the poverty and starvation and everything sucks while I go have fun.
Like a mass grave. Now for the holy oils. Hope they burn well.
Do we have a beast? Yes. Yeah. They keep dodging me. It's annoying. Wow. These dogs are insanely accurate. Okay, let's try that again. It feels like the dogs are... There's something crazy about putting the dogs on higher levels, because it seems like they are perfectly timing when to attack me no matter what direction I'm dodging. I don't remember that being a huge problem on Death March, but it feels like it's a huge problem with level scaling. How in the hell? Oh, jeez. It literally set me where the fire was. My god. So let's put some beast oil on.
Slow now.
Yeah, sure stinks like a mass grave. Now for the holy oil. They burn well.
Wow. This is really hard at level 8. Are you serious? How are they so accurate? That was not true on Death March. Wow. Man, this level scaling is serious business. I might have had the wrong sword out, too. Because sometimes my sword gets sheathed when I don't want it to be.
Now for a shot of Igni.
Okay. let's go to the third spot. Alright, more necrophage oil. What do we got here?
Still alive.
Come on.
Bastard.
Oh. Okay.
If it ain't that fucking priest, it's corpse eaters. I'm done with this damn town.
A priest?
We'd agreed to meet as usual, just a larger delivery. Good customer, I thought. Then they whipped out blades.
We still talking about a priest of the eternal fire?
I'd say so. Beat-stained pricks can't be trusted. This one had ordered premium-grade fist tech from me 3 times, everything perfect. But the 4th, his man came at us with knives, sought to knock us out of trade. Shoved me in that ditch with the corpses. Must have thought the ghouls would take care of the rest.
And to make sure, he hired a witcher to burn the bodies, destroy any evidence.
A witcher? Meaning you? So what now?
Nothing. Didn't pay me to burn the living.
Oh, thank the gods it's true what they say. Though mutants, you live by a code. Oh, thank you, witcher.
Yeah, so that priest is an asshole. Hold that thought, because we get to see more of it. Okay.
Now for a shot of Igni.
Did I read the funeral peers? Yeah. Return to the priest. Definitely. I think he's by the pawn tower. Look at those clouds.
What now, you piece of filth? Run, Roach.
Person in distress. Level 9? I could handle... that was not what I was trying to do. Crap. This is gonna be fun. There he is. I don't have any swallow potions, so let's not screw around. Wait, what? Oh, there's more. Oh. Oh my god, I cut him in half. Got a cage key. I need Axie. Come here. My god, there are a lot of...
Looks like rain.
Do we have another one? My god, there was a lot of people here. Right around my level, though, so it wasn't so bad. So who is this person? Pick it up. Unsent letter. My dear Helka, remember when you said, Isbor, don't you go robbing folk. The gods don't like it, and besides, only refugees on the roads these days, and they're even poorer than us. How were you cross that I shirked working in the fields and didn't bring a scrap home to put in the pot? Well, you're going to have to eat those words, my dear. Gobble them all up with a hearty slice of humble pie and some baked crow on the side. Yesterday we quartered this merchant, and not a Gort, Velen, or Brenna man, but from Nilfgaard himself, you see. From the city of the Golden Towers. Didn't speak much common, but enough so we could understand each other. He said he was carrying some goods to the Black One's camp. We took everything he had, and I'm telling you, Helka Daris, you've never seen so many crowns in your life, nor could you ever hope to count that high. Now we're going to rough him up a bit more to make sure he hasn't hid some of his gold or goods. Once we cut off his thumbs, he'll spill the beans about any extra treats stashed in the soles of his boots, and once Mirko scalds him a bit, he'll tell us all about the precious stones he's got sewn in the feed bag. My devil, there's a great many such things of interest, in fact. You never know, just wait till you try. Tell the young guns Dad's gonna be home soon, then he'll bring them toys and treats, and they'll eat so many honey cakes their tummies are gonna burst. For you, Helka, I'll bring a silver necklace and brooch, because while you can be awful cruel at times, I still love you, you naughty Bent, Isbor. P.S. Throw on the nightshirt with the lace and red beads for my arrival, and color up your kisser somewhat. Wow. So this guy's a family man, I guess. So there's a merchant. Look at all this scrap. I need to meditate.
Well, Witcher, have you completed your task?
priests take an interest in the fallen so late?
The Church of the Eternal Fire's first duty is to the living. You've no notion of the work we did just after the battle. The wounded needed tending, refugees, pastoral care. We had sermons to deliver, donations to collect.
Relieved to hear it. What would the people have done without you? So, took care of the graves. Interesting, actually. One of the corpses proved to be quite, well, alive. And pretty talkative.
What do you mean?
Fist tech dealer. One of them survived. Had an awfully interesting story to tell.
Intriguing. I would purchase this story from you. For all time. Exclusively.
You can hire me, but you sure as hell can't buy me.
Ah, an impasse. Then it will be cheapest to kill you.
3 on 1. Surely we'll manage, Witcher or not. Take him!
That was not what I meant to do. I thought I had Igni up. I love the idea that I'm setting fire to a priest of the eternal fire. I like that. I got 200 crowns for it as well. So let's see, what does that quest have to say? The Witcher followed the priest's directions and went to burn the bodies. Doing so revealed the clergyman's true motivations. Lighting the fire he had requested would also burn evidence of the priest's involvement in the fist tech trade. Yep. Okay. Next. I'm done with Velen for the moment. I know this quest is too high for me. So I'm going to actually go here, and we're going to go on the outskirts of Novigrad and gather all this up and then go into the city. We will be spending plenty of time in Velen. I just don't need to do it right now. What is that? There might be a quest over here. Border posts. I need to meditate. Oh, I can't meditate right now. Interesting. Border post. A small isle stuck in the river's central current, an ideal place for bleaching cloth. Interesting. If I were to steal stuff, that would be so bad. Huh, okay.
Watch your step. Long live acceptance. Come through.
What is this? Apparently, nothing. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna go here. Shitty weather conditions. It looks like there's arrows being fired at me. That's how hard the rain's coming down. Nothing here. You can see Novigrad in the distance. Novigrad far corners. Oh. I could loot this. Everybody's inside. Homemade cakes. Delicious homemade cakes just like your gran used to make, only from Aunt Amelia's apple crumbles, cheesecakes, plum tarts, and many others, all baked from the finest fruits and flour straight from fields within a day's ride of Novigrad. Scribe for the composition of official writings. I'm available to draw up documents concerning all the many branches of law and administration, including claims for damages, invoices, collections, summons, arrests, warrants, and appeals of official decisions. My fees are reasonable, and I operate with a quick turnaround. Louis Vogler. We shall overcome. Recently, some unknown assailants entered far corners and attacked 3 elven children. How long are we going to let these acts of aggression stand? Let us start making them pay an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. Contract, Devil in the Woods. Dear Witcher, sir, if any be present hereabouts, that is. I have a hunch. What am I saying? I'm dead certain that the woods I was lucky enough to gain possession of, or at least I felt lucky about that till recently, that these woods are home to a cruel evil, a devil of some kind. I hired a gang of dwarven loggers not long back to harvest lumber. Strapping lads, every last one having cut down a mighty tree in his life. So you can imagine my surprise when said loggers disappeared, all save one, and he claimed to have seen a monster. I've marked out a bounty for freeing any stretch of woods from all foul creatures, and dearly hope that I will soon have the pleasure of giving it to someone. Sincerely, Brian Hotch. Contract, the White Lady. Good people, take pity on the poor lot of us peasants. The fields outside of town are haunted by a wraith somewhat like a maid in appearance, though her visage is ghastly and sullied. You cannot walk within 10 paces of the evil and hope to escape alive. It's thus keeping us from harvesting our crops, meaning famine and misery await us if nothing changes, so we plan to hand all our remaining gold to whoever drives this white lady off or kills her. Helma, Ignatius's widow. P.S. Since I've got many an inquiry into the matter already, I'll let it be known right here I'm not interested in remarrying. High-stakes Gwent tournament. Gwent lovers. Count Tybalt invites you to come to the Passiflora, where he shall proudly host a high-stakes Gwent tournament. On offer will be not only riveting play against superb opponents, but also fabulous prizes for the victors. Only ladies and gentlemen with fortunes vast enough to cover the entry fee are invited to join. We also require all entrants in possession of an above-average deck, one fitted with a good measure of neutral cards. Deck shall be checked before entry is permitted. Hope to see you at the Passiflora. Let's see. Though you might think it. Oh, I've already done that. Blood ties. Yep, I did that. Where's the Gwent? Isn't that here? Huh. The Gwent quest did not show up. Witcher contract. While Novigrad, Geralt came across a notice offering a bounty for killing a certain white lady haunting the fields outside the city. The Witcher, who was always in need of coin, for what does he spend his coin on? Armor? Swords? Clips to hold back his hair? At any rate, he was forever short of it, and so accepted the contract. And... okay. I feel like I got another quest. Contract Devils in the Woods. Contract the White Lady. That's got to be a Witcher contract. Devil in the Woods. Where the hell is this? Why is it not showing up? Huh. Lord of the Wood. Okay. That... it's got to be a Witcher contract. There it is. A certain halfling named Brainhosh has hung a notice stating he was in need of a professional monster slayer. Geralt decided to see what was the matter. Oh, it must not show up on my quest log until that pops up. Okay. There's that. We're next going to go here. This is like a suburb of Novigrad. Oh, what am I doing? Go this way. Yeah. New marker, Connie of the Goose. This inn owes its name to its former owner, a swaggering, blustering fellow who wanted to attract those of a similar temperament. Luckily, he died of liver poisoning after a few years, and ownership passed to a distant relative who turned the Connie of the Goose into the best stop for stuffed goose liver in all the region. And notice board. Message to our dear customers. Dear customers, we're governed by harsh laws. For almost 2 decades, I've imported the finest of Guardian wares to the north and south, and sold them to you at fantastic prices so low, and this I swear, sometimes I made no profit at all. Sadly, renewed conflict between our nations has made the continuation of this trade impossible. I won't be coming this year for the Bellatine Fair, so you shan't have any Angren lace, Nazari velvet, or that world-famous Ebbing lemon I know you are all so fond of. Forgive me, good people, and drink to my health. Declan Luvarden. Dwarf seeking female companionship. Listen, ladies, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm short. The few teeth I still got are yellow, and the bit of hair I've left is shedding fast. I can't dance, ain't much good with words, and the curse of riches don't afflict me. At times, I admit, I'll burp after a hearty supper, yet note that they call me Thorin Steelspike, and not to toot my own horn, but the name fits me and my capacities perfectly. Any ladies interested can send their visiting card. I'll show up post-haste, perfumed, and with a box of Novigrad's finest chocolates in hand. This is so hilarious. He's basically like, I have no redeeming qualities. Come and court me. Handyman at your service. Roof leaking, doors won't shut, table all wobbly, whatever gets your goat around the house. For a modest fee, I'll fix it up and regale you with humorous anecdotes while I'm at it. Hubric Vaer, Handyman. Dance your worries away. Come to the Cunning of the Goose for an evening of dance. We'll have fiddlers and pipers playing waltzes, jigs, bops, boleros, and Redanian struts. So be you bleath and bonny, and come enjoy some hey nani nani. Hankey's a cheat. Take heed and read carefully what I've got to tell you. The man Hankey, known as Flush, who likes to sit in this inn and invite travelers to join him at his table for games of chance, plays with weighted dice and marked cards, bets shaved coins, and in general is a low-down, no-good cheat, scoundrel, and a son of a bitch. Consider yourself warned, a chastened victim. Did I get nothing out of that? Interesting. Go in.
One drink all I had.
If you're...
Lads from the guard already on that butcher's trail.
Strumpets is a word for prostitutes, in case you're wondering.
Higher, most certain. Maybe they'll draw. Where'd you hear this?
That's funny. Man, a lot of prostitutes.
It'll pay off, they said.
Huh.
Welcome, welcome.
What have you got there?
Ooh, Gwent cards. He also has Fist Tech. How much does he want for Honeycomb? Not a lot.
Up for a few rounds of wine?
We need more Gwent. I got some new cards. Scorch. I don't care about Scorch. Minnow Cohorn. I'll take it an attentive reconnaissance unit over a fine cavalry brigade any day. Young emissary. If I equip myself well, perhaps next they'll post me somewhere civilized. The Imperial Brigade never surrenders, ever. Let's see. We did vests. Yeah, we did all that. We got a Scorch. Interesting. Have a care here. Sure, I'll patch you up. Gonna cost you, though. Monsters. Okay. This is a really strong hand. Ooh. This is... Okay. I could go heavy this round. Oh my god, I got another spy? Yep. What card does he have? Dennis Kramer. I know how to carry out orders so you can shove your advice up your coal chute. And, Francesca Fendabar, Daisy of the Valley. The elder races have forgotten more than humans can ever hope to know. Draw an extra card at the beginning of the battle. Yeah. I'm tempted, if they pass... Huh. I'm going to throw out my Biting Frost now. I have a really strong deck. And then I'm going to use these guys. We'll throw another spy out. And now I want to see what you're going to do. Yep. So I'm going to be 2 cards down. But... I'm going to throw this out now. So let's see if they have Scorch. They would have used Scorch by now. And they don't have Velatretmirth either. I should look at these cards. Half-car smuggler. Fight for whoever's paying the best or whoever's easiest to rob. Dennis Kramer. Okay, yep. Yavin. We are the drops of rain that together make a ferocious storm. Isegrim the Falara Tirana. It dawns on them once they notice my scar, a realization of imminent death. He boosts everybody on the row. Yorvith, king or beggar, what's the difference? 1 to 1 less. Do I keep playing? I think I do. Because I think you're running out of cards. You have no cards left to pull out. That's hilarious. Oh, you got burned. He was up 2 cards and got destroyed because he had 2 healers in hand and nothing to use them on. I think I would have beaten him anyway. What did I get? A Necker. Damn things are almost cute if you ignore the whole vicious killer aspect. Yeah.
Welcome, Master Witcher.
Saw the notice. Let's say I'm interested.
That's good. Grand even. Name's Breen Hotch. I posted that slip.
Gonna need details.
Course. Well, through a series of regrettable events, I came to own a spread of forest ripe for logging near Novigrad. At a distance from any roads, but quite near the port. Easy gold, right? Just hire some lumberjacks and count the coin.
Meant details about the monster, not your business.
That's all linked, see? I took on some dwarven loggers, but they came to me, claiming the forest haunted. Thought them lazy, nothing more. Then one day, they went in the wood, and only one returned. Said some forest devil had attacked him.
Let's talk about my pay, because the current offer's just not enough.
Very well. Let us say that's a price I'll pay willingly.
I figure he's an Endkeep owner, he can afford it.
I'll take the job. This logger, where'll I find him?
Around. Last I saw him, he was drinking away his pay. Said he had to honor his dead comrades.
Contract Lord of the Wood. Yeah, okay, nothing was added there. God, the dialogue in this game. It's just amazing. Okay, next stop. What is this place? Let's rob it. I've never been in here, I don't think. Yeah. Is there anything upstairs? Nope, it's just some hut. Ooh, steel plates. Nice. What is this place? It's like nobody here. And they have a lot of good loot. Seven cats in. This dank establishment is a host to a shady clientele. Really? I never would have guessed ends would be like that.
Wanted. Cradle, used but unworn. Need a bow to accompany me to a friend's wedding. Willing to trade a leaky pot for a cart? Who writes these notices? Need a witcher?
Any bloke willing to kill a monster, what you would do.
Monster? What kind?
Big, bad, ugly, squats in the sewers. If you're interested, drop by the Garen estate. Ask for Olgierd von Everek. He's the one ordered this posted.
Warning, whoever makes a ruckus in the Seven Cats, harasses other guests, or fondles waitresses will be tossed out on his arse. You're in. A rune right upon your shores has landed. To my fellows from the world's other bosom, vast seas have I crossed to reach this, your most fascinating land, to learn the names of the animals which in it dwell, of the plants which in it grow, and most of all, of you, its folk. Ravenous waves devour the tools of my art, yet the rune wright's labor does not with his hands end, for he endlessly strives the world to explore, its mysteries to comprehend. Thus, if you wish to stay a while and converse with a traveler from far off Ophir, I invite you to my tent, which I have pitched by a mill near the village named Runwich. Praised to be the world in its never-ending creation. Need a bow to accompany me to a friend's wedding. The matter is a delicate one, so I ask any potential candidates to maintain discretion. My friend's found herself a man, and they're set to get married soon. Problem is, I've no beau of my own to take to her wedding. If any intelligent, amusing, handsome, none too old, nor too young man, owning at least one decent-looking frock or robe, is interested in accompanying me to our wedding ceremony and the feast to follow, I'd be most thoroughly obliged. In exchange, I can offer a few hours of good fun and good conversation with a lass that dances with the best of them. Alcohol will also be provided. A bashful anonymous beseeching an escort. P.S. If you're counting on taking me straight from the feast to the alcove, be warned, I'm a graduate of the lady self-defense courses put on by the Redanian army, but make a good impression and I might agree to let you court me properly. Can I check something? Did I actually turn the recording on? Yeah, okay. Sometimes I forget to turn the recording on. Okay. Wanted, cradle, used but unworn. Looking to buy a cradle in good repair, but cheap for a lass or lad. No knowing as of yet what the wife will pop out. Made of oak, preferably, but pine will do, as long as it's strong and pretty, because the wife doesn't like cheap-looking stuff. Best if it were painted with flowers, but I don't really care much. Could be bare, in fact, and I'll paint it myself. Could do that much. Show the woman she didn't marry some good-for-nothing skiver. So if you've got something like that, I'd gladly buy it, or even more gladly take it off your hands for free, Josie. Willing to trade a leaky pot for a cart. Deal of a lifetime. I'm willing to trade a lovely tin pot painted with cornflowers and lilies, and showing a few holes, true, but that's a plus. Where you can add a few more, and look at that, you've got a colander. For a cart. The cart needn't be big, can even be tiny, in fact, just so that 2 or better 4 people could fit in it, with ample room for bags and sacks, if possible. Could be old, as long as it rides well and has new wheels and strong axles. So actually, probably nothing made longer than a year or two would do. Leave a message with Bodhi. Contract, monster in the sewers. Let it be known that Olgierd von Everett shall pay a generous reward in gold, jewels, and movable goods, subject to negotiation, to any man who descends into the Oxenfurt sewers and kills the beast which has infested them, and taken to murdering the innocent with an especial predilection for young maids. The task is best suited for a battle-hardened individual, a soldier, or possibly a witcher who will not run at the sight of drowners, for the sewers are chock full of such nuisances. For more information, inquire at the Garen Estate to the northeast of Novigrad. Ask for Olgierd von Everett. 1 second. I still think it's a little loud on... Let's turn this down. Yeah. Boy, we got some quests to read. And it began like this. One day, Geralt arrived at the Seven Cats Inn in search of his next contract. He perused the notices hanging there, yet found none to be of much interest, and was about to go on his way when a man came to nail a new parchment to the board. The notice announced a certain Olgierd von Everett, residing in the nearby Garen estate, was looking for someone to kill a dangerous monster lurking in the Oxenfurt sewers. Sounds like a job for me, thought Geralt, and he set off to see this Olgierd and learn more about the contract. Little did he know this was to be the beginning of a great adventure, one filled with both delightful diversions and deadly dangers. Yeah, so that's much, much, much later. It's pretty awesome. Let's see. Enchanting startup costs. You can tell an experienced witcher by the way he examines a notice board. To the novice eye, these weathering planks contain nothing but clumsily scrawled messages touching on matters thoroughly mundane. Trifling announcements, offers of sale of purchase, lewd rhymes, etc., ad nauseum. A witcher with years under his belt, however, will search the dross carefully, knowing that it often hides a jewel, a witcher contract, for example, or, as in this particular case, information about a mysterious rune rite from a far-off land. And Gwent playing Innkeep. I already did this. Okay. I already read that. Okay. That's good. The rune rite upon your shores has landed. Yeah. Enchanting startup costs.
Just look at the freak.
No stranger to the bottle, eh?
Wine, I want wine, damn it.
Man, these people are fucking assholes.
Welcome to the Seven Cats, the luckiest tavern in town. They even say the hangovers our wine baguettes are lucky.
I just love the voice acting and the writing. Like, damn. It's just funny. Will you pay me a lot for anything? You'll probably pay me a lot for that. No? Bread? You know why they're not starving up here? That's why. We have some drunk people.
How about a few rounds of cards? Gwent specifically.
Let me see. Yeah, my deck is filling out. Okay. Let's go. I am fighting the north. I don't have a lot on melee. Interesting. Hopefully you have some spies, because I don't have a good hand. Huh. This is really not good. This is really, really not good. I'm gonna throw this out. Interesting. I don't know if they have a Scorch. A Scorch makes me extremely nervous. Yeah. Do I really want to do that? I don't think so. What else do you got? This is bad. Well, I'll at least make him pull out one of his combos. Oh, you don't have that combo. Interesting. I think you're going to spend a card. You didn't. Yeah. I'm doing this because Scorch is a serious problem. So I had a terrible hand. This is interesting. I need to pull some cards from his hand. The horn is great because it lets me waste another card. So he's got to pull out some combination if he's going to win this round. You could Scorch me. Oh, great. I pulled out a really good card. But I win anyway. Whew! That's what made me nervous. I didn't want to go into the final round and have that happen. Okay. Adriga. The nest. Take out the nest or the bastards will just keep coming. Yep.
You that mad cunt who hunted kings.
Any truth to it? They're starving in Velen. Hey, comrade.
Yeah.
Walk a crooked path, his heart a full of ire. No soul would lend him coin for drink, no wench would quench his fire.
Okay.
Sod off.
Any truth to it? They're starving in Velen.
That bloody Nilfgaardian Imperium can kiss me down there.
Wow. Yeah. Pretty awesome. A lot of drunk people. Next stop. Okay, this is a little more dangerous. However, I will be riding my horse. So hopefully I don't get wrecked.
Come on.
Let's see.
Long live, etc., etc. I feel like puking after that swill in the canteen. You'll choke to death on 3 pounds of steam.
I should stay on the roads. That would be smart. Ish. Oh, we got a new marker. Yeah. The fertile soils of the Pontar Delta guarantee the inhabitants of Novigrad full granaries and full stomachs all year long. I could check that, but I gotta be careful. Is that where it is? The other way.
Another one. Run along home with the rest.
Sir, show some mercy. We've not got nowhere to go. For us, it's Novigrad or death.
Had enough of you lot. Sod off, or I'll have you skewered.
They seem desperate. Let them through. Can't see any harm in it.
Fucking hell. How many times have I got to repeat this? I've orders to turn back anyone who don't show a pass.
Let these people pass.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We got nowhere to go back to. Novigrad. That's a chance of a new life.
Stay off the roads. Liable to run into another patrol.
Shan't be taken like that again. We'll be as careful as hares in a field bared by winter. But you was cast in a different mould than us. More like the hero that lies in the tomb neath Crookback Hills. Tomb's in a cave in a hillside. Downwarren's at the foot of the hill. Folks say treasure inside's a sight to behold. Huge hoard. Might find something that suits you. Good luck.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about.
Bailiff's a harsh man. Best not cause any trouble at the inn.
Yep. That was nice. Not everything sucks. Just mostly everything. Allness. New marker, Allness. Until recently, this was a thoroughly unremarkable village. Then the Velgabuds began organizing their famous horse races here, granting Allness the inevitable honor of hosting the region's most prestigious equestrian contests. Okay. Looking for farmhands. I'm eager to hire some honest and hardworking men fit for hard work around the farm and who aren't afraid to get dirty, starting immediately. Holker Moss. Announcement. The underassigned would like to remind you that providing any manner of assistance to sorcerers and sorceresses, alchemists, hellers, herbalists, soothsayers, seers of any sort, seers or any other such heretics, blaspheming against the eternal fire is strictly forbidden. Anyone who spies such an individual must inform the witch hunters or the city guard immediately. His Excellency Cyrus Engelkind Himmelfart, hierarch of the eternal fire. I just realized they were making fun of him. The writers of the game. Seeking merchants for partnership. My family has recently entered the cheese-making trade. I need vendors who can promise to buy bulk quantities of my goods. Note that my cheeses will delight even the most refined of Novigrad palates. Larynk Willick. Gardener wanted. Looking for an experienced gardener to work on transitioning my park's design from the Temerian style to the Nilfgaardian. Ingrid Vegelbud. Matron pleaser. I'll satisfy any woman of mature years, no matter your age, race, or appearance. Whether it's a toss in the hay or a witty conversation you're hankering, I'll deliver. Ladies interested in my company can leave a note with their address on this notice board. If a strapping young lad named Odrin comes a-knocking, that's me. Wow. Gosh, Folk, watch out for them vagrants from Velen. For every man, jack of them's a thief, a layabout, a slob, and a fool. I took a few honest field hands, but instead of pulling weeds, they dug up bulbs and ate them raw, which of course made them sick as dogs, so if any of that lot comes by your place, chase them away with a fat stick. Manifest. So of course they're eating the onions raw because they're starving to death. There's no food in Velen. This guy, he doesn't get it. He's just he doesn't get that they need to be fed. I am going to go here and hope nothing bad happens. I see a merchant there. Dancing Windmill. When the current owner's grandfather, the famous dancer Pablo Sugar Sasco, ended his career, he settled here and organized nights of dancing for the nearby peasantry. Supposedly, these revelries became so fashionable that dung-booted peasants were dancing rounds with members of Novigrad's most elite families and adventure-seeking urban dainties. Or dandies. Huh. There's just a merchant here?
Wouldn't mind a look at your stock.
He has nothing of note, however. Interesting.
Farewell.
Next stop. We're gonna go here.
Move it.
Yeah. I gotta be super careful. That might be men. They can shoot me. That might be arachnids. They can all one-shot me. This is very, very dangerous what I'm trying to do. If I get off the roads. Draken Hollow Outpost. Weird.
Come on.
Good man.
Faster. Slow now. Come on, Roach.
Well, where's the quest? Oh.
Take it easy.
That was... I did not place that marker appropriately.
Giddy up.
Runewitch. This picturesque little village beauty makes it a frequent subject of works by bards and poets. The best known piece whose action is set in Brunwich is The Betrothing, a farce penned by Stanislas Isles. The reputation thus gained has made it a popular destination for bohemians from Oxenfurt who escape here during the hottest months to pass the time. with contests for the most beautiful feathered cap and hunts for a golden horn held at night in the nearby woods. Oh, note his word. Quick Nilly for mighty thirst. Best meat around. Any man who considers himself a fine judge of fine drinks, come see Bill, better known as Quick Willie. The summer's been a warm one, and the meadows are abloom, so we've a bumper crop of honey. Whether it's double mead you crave, or you've a yearning for a triple Quick Willie's got you covered. Danger! Steer clear of Heddle. Beware, monstrous spiders woven with foul webs around the village of Heddle. Big as a barn the beasts are, and ravenous but not for flies, as is befitting their kind, but for flesh. If any wandering monster slayer reads this notice, please stop by. You'll surely be rewarded for your trouble if you can clear Heddle of this scourge. Prayer services in Brunwich. All souls who yearn to banish foul forces from their midst, come gather around the upper mill. Ernst Grieco, a wandering man of spiritual powers, will exorcise the ghost of the elderman's wife, who harries our lands and has clearly claimed our chapel as her own. If you do come to pray with Reverend Grieco, remember to bring your own candles. Tinker Chief. Greetings. Name's Krister Hagen. Tinkering's my trade. I hung out a shingle here in Maureen at a man named Shark's place. I'm renting a room from him. So stop on by. I can guarantee you the best workmanship for unbeatable prices. So remember, Maureen, Kristen Hagen, Tinker, Cheap. Announcement. Fair folk, by order of the Honorable Sir Siegfried de Lowe, a levy is to be raised from all the villages in this region. Each household is to give 1/5 of all their goods and chattel. In exchange, our order will protect them from the vagrants which never fail to prowl the land in times of war. Accept this levy with understanding, and there won't be any unfortunate incidents. Someone has vandalized the parchment with a vulgar drawing and several offensive remarks about the Knights of the Order and their mothers. Contract. A princess gone missing. Good folk. My Princess Falkert has disappeared without a trace. I'm terribly worried about him. Whoever finds him and brings him back shall receive a sizable sum of Novigrad crowns. If you're interested, come to my hut on the outskirts of Oxenford. If you lose the way, ask passing peasants where the local herbalist has his practice, and they'll guide you. Otto Bamber, herbalist. What do we got? Oh, that's right. They haven't shown up yet. Contract a princess gone missing. Without a trace. Okay. That would be a Witcher contract. Right? Or is that considered a secondary? Witcher has become a synonym for monster slayer in many minds. While accurate as far as it goes, this does not encompass the whole truth, for Witchers take on a broad variety of other tasks besides the slaying of monsters. For example, they sometimes use their superhuman senses to find missing persons. Such a lost individual was the subject of the notice hung by a certain Otto Bamber, an herbalist residing near Oxenford. Next, there's another notice board here. Where's my horse?
Let's go.
I like the title of that quest, Evil Soft First Touches. It's a very appropriate description. Oh my god! Those are probably like level 35. They can charge you too. There's Novigrad. Are there people just fishing? That's hilarious. I've never noticed that before. Okay, okay. New marker Yantra. The inhabitants of this village are known for their talkativeness and tendency to exaggerate, which makes them good companions for around a drink, but impossible to tolerate for long stretches of time. Okay. A daughter has been born to me, fellow folk. I'm the proud dot of a little girl. She's lovely as a nymph, strong as a fiend, and bellows like a furious harpy, except maybe a bit louder. Come to my cottage and drink to her health and the health of her darling mother, and perhaps lend a hand choosing a name, for I'm having a tough time choosing between Nesla, after my brother's wife, or Lesla, after no one, but whose sound I'm partial to. They're both pretty and proper, but I cannot give her two names, for we're just simple peasants, not high and mighty lords who can drape themselves with names, so long no man's capable of remembering. Sober Mirror. Warning, good people, I know the roads take a little meander hereabouts. I know the straightest path through my fields, but next man I catch trampling my crops, why, with the gods as my witness, I'll swear I'll bludgeon you so badly not a single bone in your lazy body will be left intact. So consider yourself warned and stay on the blasted road, you fucking vagrants. Gulliver. Watch out for ergot. Beloved brethren, yesterday I was walking the fields and noticed sure signs of ergot in my crop. I set it afire at once and made sure it burnt to ash. But take a look at your own grain and see if the pestilence has taken it too. Travo. Medi needs a wife. Dear friends, I'm looking for some twosome lass to wed my son, Medi. He sorely needs a woman's hand to guide him, for otherwise he'll just sit and ponder, his head in the clouds and his arse on the ground, admiring creation and scribbling poetry. Dowry welcome, but not required, Lucille. Cart for sale. Hey, I'm selling a cart. Got 4 wheels, a tongue, and a seat. Made of wood. Pull it, it moves. Push it, it moves. 2, just worse. It's a cart. What else am I supposed to write? Price to be Greedo on over a touch of spirit and liverwurst. Domiki. I'm sorry. This just cracks me up. Contract. The Aperian Phantom. Calling all bounty hunters, trackers, and witchers. Misfortune has fallen on Honeyfill and the apiary, which for 5 generations have provided a livelihood for the entire Musdorf family. The Aperian Phantom has descended upon us and has begun to destroy our hives, slay our bees, and wreak general havoc all around. I shall be grateful for any help you can provide and guarantee a reward awaits you for work well done. Hello, friends, Musdorf and Sons. So we got the Aperian Phantom. Is that it? Yeah. So what is this? This is a Witcher contract. Right? Yeah. While traversing the outskirts of Novigrad, Geralt happened across a contract on a creature known as the Aperian Phantom. It had been hung by a certain Holofernes Musdorf, owner of the Honeyfill beekeeping plantation. Geralt decided to pursue the bounty. Yep. Next, we're going to fast travel because we need to go to Novigrad. And the fastest way to Novigrad is this way. So that's the outskirts. Now we're going to go get the quest in Novigrad. And we're going to get to see the city. And it's the best city ever put in a video game by such a large margin that you kind of wonder why this hasn't been done before. But, well, probably it's because the engines can't handle it, and they had their own engine for this. So you're going to see the city, and you're going to see why people are pumped for Cyberpunk, because Cyberpunk is basically a giant city. That's the entire geographic region, or most of it. So if they could do this with Novigrad on a worse engine, what can they do with a much better engine? And you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me, we are going to go right here. all these quests I'm getting, some of them are short, some of them are pretty, like, intense sometimes. Like, there's more than 1 or 2 steps. There's actually some fairly long side quests that are really fun. Most of them have boss fights at the end that can be easy or hard depending on how much you can read. My biggest complaint with a lot of Witcher 3 playthroughs is people don't read, and they're like, I don't get why nothing's working. And it's like, dude, just fucking read your bestiary entries. Learn about stuff. So there's elves, there's dwarves, there's halflings. There's all kinds of crazy shit in Novigrad. Gate of the Hierarch. This gate is named in honor of Novigrad's own son, the Hierarch of the Eternal Fire. Supposedly this name was given to it upon popular request, though no one can be found who remembers requesting any such thing. Yeah. We got shady individuals. The city is actually dangerous. We'll probably find that. I hope I'm high enough level not to get fucked, but... fuck you. Actually, do I want to go in there? I might want to go in there. So, this place has been taken over by people. But we will be back here later. This is really cool. There's a lot of stuff to do. Huh.
Just be on your way, I'm telling you.
Yeah, we'll come back. What was I trying to do? Oh, I got to the gate. Next, we need to get here. Hey. Another notice board. So this has got a lot of people. Hey, we got a prostitute walking around. God, this is all these conversations. It's like impossible to track. Vespala's laundry. We clean everything but your pockets. Drop your trousers off today. Pick them up clean as due tomorrow. You know, the writing of this game is great. God, there's so much shit. Like, there's just too much stuff to keep track of. Look at the environment. This is not computer generated. This is handcrafted, natural city stuff. We got shady people, poor people, businessmen. Oh. There's a herbalist that I can't get to. Oh yeah, I can't reach this herbalist yet. Don't steal anything in the city. It usually ends badly. Oh, this is just... Oh, man. This is just great. Okay. Let's cross this bridge here. Look at all of these people. And they all have their own cycle.
And what's wrong with that?
What's wrong is my coin would go to help those Imperial scoundrels.
Wow.
Hello, fella. Well met.
Oh.
What is this? Bakery. Is there? I don't remember.
Another drifter in from Temeria.
Hey, man. Leave me alone. Like, nobody gives a shit, which is really interesting. They just think that you're scum.
Welcome.
What have you got there?
Oh, you have a book. Ghouls and Owl Ghouls. I will buy that.
A game of Gwent. How about it?
I have to keep using Northern Realms because I don't have enough cards. But I will switch at some point. We don't need that. We don't need that either. Interesting. Nilfgaardian Empire. Have I read that card? Emperor will teach the North discipline. Okay. Emperor of our Emirates. Your motives do not interest me, only result. Look at 3 random cards. That doesn't bother me. I have my... If he gives me spies, I can res him. Pass. Why did you pass? Now I'm up a card, and I can press this round. I think... Huh. Do I have anything in my graveyard? Do you have 2 Scorches? But I could res it again. Okay, I'm gonna just... They win ties. That's the problem. Okay, I can always res my strongest unit. I could actually res like 4 times in the final round. So I should probably just do it. Tibur Egrek. Alba! Forward, Alba. Long live the Emperor. Yeah. So I'm going to push hard this round. Do you have spies? I will just blow this. Maybe I'll wait on that. Or maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just blow this now. I have another horn, so... Ah, that's what I was waiting for. And this is Menno Coherent. I'll take an attentive reconnaissance unit over a fine cavalry brigade any day. I have a lot of points, so he's just gonna have to... Oh, you did have a Scorch. I knew it. You're not really doing all that well. So I keep pushing, so he has to burn through his good cards. He's in trouble here, because he's going to have to do something. You're not ahead by that much. I'm actually ahead of him. Dang. Oh, and he had a useless card. Yep. Wow. Look at this. Yep. Crushed you. Dennis Kramer. Oh. Oh yeah, okay, that's that guy. Oh. What do we got? So we're getting some politics. If you're wondering where the hell the politics is in this game, don't worry. You're going to get more than enough. More than enough.
Need something sharpened? Reforged?
Yeah, hang on one second.
What do you have on offer?
So he's a blacksmith. Let's get rid of this stuff. I might need stuff repaired. Cool.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
So in this game, we haven't talked about armor smiths or blacksmiths, but there's 4 levels. There's journeyman. No, there's is it journeyman? There's some like first tier, I forgot what it's called, then journeyman, then mastercraft, and then grandmaster. And they can only craft gear at their level. So you're going to have quests related to having the appropriate guy make the gear that you need. This is, I like this hand, actually. Did I ever read his card? Oh. Not a great draw. Oh, but I did get that. I did get this, which is good. Oh, have we seen this card before? Mysterious Elf. You humans have unusual taste. It's an amazing card. It's the most overpowered card of the game. Aridin, Commander of the Red Riders. You have some dignity. You know how this will end. Double the strength of all your close combat. Okay, it's a Commander's Horn. I really wish that I had a Biting Frost. That would be great. If that's the case, I should immediately toss this out. You passed, huh? Interesting. A medic is nice. So it's a monsters deck. The reason I have a Biting Frost in my deck is to fight monsters, which is overpowered. So I want to Do I have a spy in my graveyard? No. Well, I will continue to throw up ranged. Yeah. I really could use a frost card. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. I need him to start pulling out his swarms. Yep. I definitely have enough points to beat him if that's what I want to do. Let's play this card. He's got too many cards for my comfort. I can still beat him. So I'm going to have him burn another card. Okay. Okay, I'll pass here. I'm going to count on... He's probably going to have one Scorch. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. So I'm going to actually throw this out and hope I can pull out a Scorch. I have a lot of points, but I hope I pulled out enough of his cards round 2. Yeah, you did have a Scorch, but I didn't have anything on the melee row. And then watch this. Yep. That was played pretty maturely. I didn't have Biting Frost. That card is in my deck for this kind of matchup. Oh, Vahimir? What is that? Fire Mage. For Fire Mage, he's not very flamboyant. Okay, so Nilfgaard is actually getting close to filled out. Where was I going again? I'm so... I need to wrap around... Let's see.
This is the trough, and you the bigger drunk. I insist. But you truly do me an honor by granting me
Wow. Warning for new arrivals. Newcomers are hereby informed that in Novigrad, one worships the eternal fire and only the eternal fire. The practice of any other religion will be treated as an act of heresy and punished to the full extent of the law. That is by public incineration. Particularly forbidden is the wearing of the symbols of other deities, the conducting of rituals in their honor, or the preaching of other faiths. His Excellency Cyrus Engelkind Himmelfart, Hierarch of the Church of the Eternal Fire. So, I just love this. They're like, if you violate this, your punishment is public incineration. It's not just that you're incinerated, it has to be done in public. Announcement concerning items of a magic nature. May the following hereby be known: the production, possession, or sale of any magic items whatsoever, exempli gratia, amulets meant to bring good fortune, desire-intensifying potions, dolls used to cast curses on their likeness, and so forth, is strictly forbidden and shall be punished with the utmost severity. His Excellency Cyrus Engelkind Himmelfart, Hierarchy of the Eternal Fire. Quick coin in a pinch. Need coin fast? Those blasted non-humans at the Vivaldi Bank say your credit is no good. Comes to me, no paperwork required, no questions asked, no limits, loans available in the Hecklandian francs. Han Euchre. Annual interest rate 700%. Stay out of the sewers. We would like to inform all venerable residents of Novigrad that last week the Temple Guard fished 3 bodies of the following descriptions out of the city sewers. Male of moderate age, clad in rich apparel with a birthmark on his upper shoulder. Female, elderly, dressed in a blue nightshirt, numerous blunt trauma wounds all over her body. Male, young, naked, and decent tattoo on his groinal area. These bodies will be examined and identified by the end of the month, then cremated. We would like to take this opportunity to warn our dear townsmen and women against entering the sewers. Despite continual efforts on the part of our brave Temple Guard, they remain an extraordinarily dangerous place. The City Council of the Free City of Novigrad. So the sewer system is really intricate and sometimes complicated. I have never fully explored the sewers. They're just massive, so it's interesting down there. Contract issued by the Temple Guard of the City of Novigrad. Fellow followers of the Flame, in recent days several officers of the Temple Guard have been ravaged to death in a most bestial manner. An investigation has been launched to look into the matter, so the perpetrator shall soon feel the iron grip of justice closing around his throat. Anyone able to help the guardsmen track down and punish this murderer or murderers, as is the case may be, is asked to report to the nearest guard post at once. A reward is foreseen. It is likewise hereby announced that any man aiding or abetting these bandits or withholding evidence regarding these crimes shall be punished by torture, imprisonment, or even death. Sergeant Gilbert Witch. Gwent, Vime Vivaldi cheats. To all Gwent players, the dwarven banker Vime Vivaldi is a villain and a cheat. Using typical non-human trickery, he conned his way to victory over me, then forthwith demanded I surrender my cards, without the slightest consolation or giving me the chance for a rematch. Anyone tempted to play with him, resist or regret. A well-wisher. So we got a contract by the Temple Guard. Do we have anything else? Deadly Delights. I think that's a Witcher contract. Geralt spied something on the city notice board that intrigued him. It seemed keeping the peace in Novigrad was not the city guard's only problem. Is that the only thing? Big city players. Novigrad is a cosmopolitan city, a true melting pot of diverse diversities. It thus comes as no surprise that the Free City contains a multitude of top-class Gwent players from all strata and races, each linked by the fact they possess highly powerful cards. Geralt decided to make the rounds of Novigrad, Gwent circuit, and win those cards for himself. I could actually go do this. Oh, but before I do, we have an inn. What is this?
Help some fellas out, master. We're a bit of coin short another round. Because we're comrades, see? Witcher, ain't you? We're butchers. You slaughter, we slaughter. Except witchers earn more. Old villagers pitch in. Lords out with their purses. Ladies do like with their legs.
Guess I've been to the wrong villages. Dealt with the wrong lords and ladies.
Come on, don't make us beg. What's a witcher for, anyways? To help men in need.
You boys look tired. Probably ought to go home now.
Well, how long we been drinking now?
2 days. Well said, master. Home we will go.
Okay, I just realized, do I have better gear? That, and that. I do have slightly better gear. Okay. I gotta remember to... This This place is so awesome. There's just so much going on.
Burghers and burgesses of the free city of Novigrad. Master Claytop, that would be me, has the honor to announce the betting is now open. Georgius George, known also as Pile Driver, is the name of our tavern's champion. Will anyone dare try to dethrone our reigning king?
Do I have that quest? Does it activate? That would be a secondary quest. Well, before I do, let me talk to this guy.
What it be?
What are you serving?
Ooh, Gwent cards.
Not hungry, not thirsty, but I sure wouldn't mind a round of Gwent.
Okay. Oh. Siege Technician, I never miss twice. Yep. And what else did we get? And our meat smells like piss. Do it. Easy to fix. I'll break your fucking nose. Okay. Yeah. You sound pleasant. Wait. No. I want you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Okay. I have an excellent third round hand. You probably have a Scorch, if I had to guess. Let's find out. Or you have a Velatretmirth. That would be even worse. Oh, you don't. Oh, thank God. Oh, I'm pulling out good cards. Okay, let's keep pressing. Let's see what he does. Oh, he did have Velatretmirth. That was, I pulled that out. That's really good. I'm hoping he just passes next round, because I'm up a card. If he doesn't pass, I might lose. Okay. I didn't get any heals or spies or biting frost, so that's problematic. If he has a horn, he wins. Oh, you ran out of cards. He could have a Scorch, but I don't think that helps. This is why I play with this leader ability, because against tough opponents or bad draws, you get a really strong round 3 with the Siege Horn, and you can come back and win. And you've seen me do that multiple times. It's the best leader ability to combat the Northern Realm's weakness of getting scorched. What did we get? Oh, we got a Sire Verenated. If Guardian Mages do have a choice, Servile Submission or the Gallows.
I believe I see a challenger who seeks to subdue Pile Driver.
Sure, why not?
What's your greyhead? Looking for a
Will you
ride?
finish the work on time?
I'll make you weep, blood!
Awesome.
Master Claytop heartily greets the challenger.
Greetings to Master Claytop from Geralt.
Will you take up the challenge? Will you face our tavern's champion?
Yeah, I'll fight this Gregorio fellow.
Your attention, please. This fine witcher has agreed to join in battle with our tavern's champion, George's George. While our champion prepares, you and I should have a chat. Let us talk coin. I shall be blunt. You stand to earn a great deal, provided you follow a few recommendations.
You asking me to cheat?
Not to cheat, to engage in an enterprise, that is all. What say you?
Sure.
A bucket of coin for taking some hits to the face? Tempting offer. I'm in. What do I do?
Nothing much. Throw some punches, not too many, mind. Then let him drop you. A warm welcome to our competitors as they enter the ring. Geralt versus George's George, the Pile Driver. May the better man win.
This is easy to lose, obviously. Oh, Fist of Fury, Novigrad. Geralt found out a series of fistfights was being organized in Novigrad. He had participated in such fights in the past and grown to like the feel of his fist pounding into some lunkhead's skull. He thus decided to take part. Aww.
Congratulations. A beautiful fight. Your reward, as promised.
So you get some experience. Nice.
Welcome back. Prepared to fight.
Wow, I didn't realize I was going to get so much. So you can get 200... Jeez, you could get like almost 200 crowns from this. That's like a Witcher contract.
This fine witcher has agreed to join in battle. While our champion prepares, you and I should have a chat.
What?
The rules are childishly simple. Defeat George, you get a bulging purse.
Anything else I should know?
Put on a good show, and the crowd will...
Oh my god, he's undercutting the other guy now. This is hilarious. Am I gonna make a fortune out of this?
May the better man win.
Yeah. Slow to the freak.
Whoa, he's much higher level than me. $15, huh? His recovery time's a little bit faster than the other guys.
Yeah.
Nice.
Our winner and the tavern's new champion is the Witcher called Geralt. Here is your prize. Archibald O'Neill is another brawler you can fight. You'll find him near the entrance to the slums. There's also Mortimer, captain of the guard. He can usually be found near the Oxenford Gate.
Nice.
Cause any trouble at the inn.
Watch it, Greyhead.
I got so much money out of that. Wow.
Hey there, handsome.
This is Jesus, you know, this is just awesome. So there's a quest over here.
Just so we're clear, when you lose, you can't claim you don't got the coin to pay.
First, I won't lose to you. And second, I always pay my gambling debts. Pure reason on Jacob's part. Not more than 4 yesterday, in this very inn, at that very table, a fella stuck another with a knife because he demanded his coin.
Cards and whores. Just not diversions for beggars.
Nice.
A witcher? Oh, hear about the notice by chance?
Not quite, but what's it about? I hear right, you're going on some voyage, need a companion.
Not just some voyage. Cross the sea. Mark this. When I got pressed into the infantry in 1242, I promised my beloved letter I'd return alive, whole, and with a pearl from Skellige. Not just any pearl either. A black one. The rarest and most precious.
Well, ambitious.
Perhaps. But they were empty words. I came from the war. That one and the next. I never fulfilled my promise. High time to change that. Or if not now, then when? Thing is, I've grown old in the meantime, as you see. Can't manage it alone. Need a strong shoulder to lean on. Witcher's shoulders as strong as they come. So, what do you say?
Plan's crazier than it is sane, but there's an irresistible charm to it. Offer me some pay and I'll help you out.
Don't you fret about coin. I brought home a good deal of it from various fronts. Say we meet in Skellige, by the collapsed bridge near Arenbjorn. It's but a hop away from the bed where black pearls are born. Will that work for you?
Sounds fine. See you there.
So the Black Pearl, is that a witch? That's a secondary contract, right? Well, when men sense death's approach, they try to finish all manner of unresolved business. Some write wills, others pay off debts, and still others make up with estranged relatives. Nidas, a battle-hardened veteran from Novigrad, wanted to tie off a rather atypical loose end. Acquiring the Black Pearl he had once promised his beloved wife, as he had reached an advanced age, he would not be able to journey to the Black Pearl beds of Skellige by himself, so he hired the Witcher to assist him. Another quest. Where was I going? Here. God, I just love this shit.
This city will devour itself. What's this tripe now, Frank? It's not tripe, it's wisdom. Folk keep building, but room is limited. The pond tar on one side, the sea on the other. Long now, we'll be building houses atop others.
Unless Anir comes to reduce the place to rubble. Oh yes, we'll have plenty of space to build there.
I just love this. I've never heard that conversation before. You gotta really pay attention. Is that a merchant? I like how some merchants you could talk to and others you can't.
Let us pray to the eternal fire, that it may grant our supplications. Eternal fire, hear our prayer. Eternal fire, hear our prayer.
Eternal fire.
Oh!
Hear our prayer.
Let us pray that the conflagration of war spare our city, our homes, our loved ones.
Yeah, I've met some of your priests.
No evil can survive the holy fire. The holy fire enlightens, burns, and cleanses. Behold the flame of grace and mercy. Special fire for you, freak. Nice, slow burning. You'll beg for mercy in all the voices known to you, like the others of your species. If I'm not wrong, none. I wanted only to live like you. Help me, kind folk, please.
A Doppler!
Sure hope Dudu hasn't met the same fate.
So, Novigrad's a fun city. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on. But this city is going to hell in a handbasket quickly. It's brutal. I love it, though. So we got a lot of shit to read. Gwent, big city players. I already read that. Oh, we have character entry. Keleb Menga. In those days, rampant persecution and the smoke of 100 pyres choked Novigrad's air. This grim climate provided cover in which a great many bloody butchers built comfortable nests for themselves. Drummed-up conspiracies, mass arrests, and show trials resulting in group executions were the favorite building blocks. Keleb Menga, the fanatically ambitious commander of the Church of the Eternal Fire's Temple Guard, was one such opportunist, his moment of triumph coming when he unmasked his superior, the former Temple Guard commander Chafel, as a Doppler in disguise. Geralt first saw Menga lighting Chapel's pyre in Novigrad's main square, and had no doubt that for this man, the appellation's fanatical whoreson was too mild by far. Chafel. Geralt and I had long known that Chafel, Chancellor of Security for the Church of the Eternal Fire in Novigrad, had died years ago and had been replaced by a Doppler masquerading under his name. We didn't breathe a word of this to anyone, of course, for the change was decidedly in everyone's best interest. The Doppler proved a reasonable creature deprived of the true Chapel's cruelty, and under his watch, life in the city had much improved. Sadly, this Chancellor's conciliatory style must have raised suspicions, as a wave of terror and persecution began to swell over Novigrad. The Doppler was found out, arrested, and burned at the stake for the greater glory of the Eternal Fire. Felicia Corey. Geralt had been in situations where he could not prevent someone's death on more than one occasion. In fact, you might say he had grown accustomed to that particular form of agony. It is another thing altogether, however, to stand powerless and watch the unjust, cruel execution of an acquaintance for whom one has developed a fondness. Such was his lot as regards Felicia Corey, a young sorceress whom Geralt had met while chasing the Kingslayer Letho. Though Geralt had not gotten to know her deeply, he had nonetheless taken a liking to this former pupil of Philippa Eilhart, who had seemed to him a pleasant and enterprising young woman, yet she was a wielder of magic, and as such met her end on the pier. Geralt's first attempts to talk to her came to nothing. He was only able to break through her mistrust with the help of a godling named Johnny. A few words from the latter convinced Gran to help Geralt talk to the mysterious ladies in the wood. Okay. Does my bestiary have anything? No. Oh, but in books I have something. I know I do. Ghouls and Alghouls. Where is it? Right? There it is. As for the genesis of ghouls, there are hypotheses aplenty. Some scholars claim these monstrosities arise from scoundrels who indulge in a taste for human flesh, and for this misdeed drew the wrath of the heavens down upon themselves. The gods punished them by taking away their souls, their minds, and their human forms. My experiments have shown, however, that ghoul anatomy displays far too little in common with that of humans for this thesis to seem at all probable. Any and all similarity in appearance between ghouls and men, such as their somewhat kindred shapes in the measure of their physiognomies are pure matters of incidental circumstance, it thus follows that ghouls, like their vile cousins, the owl ghouls, are post-conjunction creatures. That is to say, such beings come to our universe in an abrupt cataclysm, disrupting the normal lives of nature. Yeah. That's in the bestiary. Necrophages. Owl ghouls are weak to necrophage oil and axi. An owl ghoul is basically a badass ghoul, Yarpin, Zigrin, dwarven warrior. Owl ghouls differ from normal ghouls in size, strength, coloring, and most importantly, intelligence. Whereas ghouls and graviers are primitive creatures, unfit to plan even the simplest ambush, owl ghouls and their kindred, such as scimitars, are capable of forethought and are thus much more dangerous. Ghouls seem to possess wits enough to at least know a brighter mind when they see it, and so let owl ghouls and scimitars lead their packs. A pack so led will terrorize all in its path, attacking not only lone travelers, but also caravans and even farmsteads. When encountering such a pack, the owl ghoul should be eliminated as a first priority, leaving the other beasts for once their leader is gone. 1. Be particularly careful when fighting owl ghouls around dusk and at night when they fight with doubled strength. During combat, owl ghouls and scimitars try risky maneuvers aimed at knocking their opponents to the ground so the others can finish the job by tearing them to shreds. Like a normal ghoul, an injured owl ghoul can fall into a frenzy and attack with blind fury. An experienced witcher knows how to get out of its way on such occasions and strike from behind, while for an inexperienced witcher, such a turn of events often marks the end of his path. Yes. I think it's weird. They're just comfortable with the fact that, like, these guys got burned.
Baths are in Silverton. I highly recommend you visit.
What's great mistake? Sick of it all.
Armor. Triss Marigold, witch and harlot, is wanted for her practice of black magic and conspiracy against the crown. Information leading to her capture will be rewarded. Let's talk to this guy.
Top-notch swords.
Master-crafted armor. Think you could make me some?
Ooh, I did get my journeyman's papers, but I've yet to make anything akin to a masterwork. You might try in Velen. A dwarf there goes by Fergus. He might help. Guildsmen claim there's no one better anywhere south of the Pontar.
Show me what you...
Oh. We can sell this, and this, and this.
So long.
And we got more stuff. Heavily faded notes by Hieronymus on the Witcher Elgar. Elgar placed upgrades to the School of Witcher gear in 3 different caves in the area immediately to the south of Kaer Morhen. He hoped future generations of Witchers would find them in an hour of need. Edwin Gerloff's 3rd map. Beautiful. Professor Slavko Ettenstein will be furious. I lost the first map in a game of Gwent, and then the second was stolen from me while I was slightly indisposed after a hard night in the casino. I cannot arrive empty-handed at the station near the tomb under Crookback Hills, or the professor will vivisect me on the spot. The 4 new locations that are marked on this map might be enough to protect me from his wrath. Edwin Gerloff, adjunct in the Natural History of Oxenford Academy. And now we get these quests. Treasure hunts. Wait, what was that again? Part 4, Wolf Gear. And Part 3, Griffin. During one of his numerous adventures, Geralt got his hands on a map covered with strange markings. He quickly deduced that they indicated the locations, and wolf gear. Geralt happened across a map which contained markings showing the locations of the cache of an old wolf school Witcher diagrams. He set out and finds them. Okay, yep. I am getting tired, so I will save here. Until next time, Richard out.